Hey everyone, it's the Red Man again, and the whole point of these Sport Matters videos is that I want politics out of my sports so that sports can be about sports. I'm sick of political crap. I'm sick of political lecturing. I don't care what end of the political spectrum it comes from. I'm tired of it. I want to just turn on a sporting game and watch a sporting game. That said, LeBron James seems to have made it his mission in life to to cram as much politics into sport as possible in order to draw attention to himself. And now, for some reason, Zlatan, I don't know if it's Zlatan or Zlatan, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has told him basically to shut his stupid mouth. He says it much more politely and respectfully than that, but that was the message. And then LeBron made an absolute fool out of himself in response. And I only bring this up because it is hilarious. We'll see. Let's just see. First, what Zlatan said. Zlatan Ibrahimovic to LeBron James. Do what you're good at. Stay out of politics.
Oh, my brother, testify!
AC Milan star Zlatan Ibrahimovic criticized LeBron James and others on Thursday for their activism in what former LA Galaxy star called politics. Speaking in an interview for UEFA for Discovery Plus in Sweden on Thursday, the outspoken striker said that although he admired James' talent, it's a, quote, mistake when athletes step out of their lane and get involved socially and politically. Thank you. You can get involved socially and politically all you want when you step away from the sport. Like, if LeBron James wants to play a basketball game, do a little media interview about the basketball game, and then leave the basketball arena to go do something else, that's fine. The problem is LeBron brings all of his crap in to basketball, and it drives me up the wall. It's not just LeBron, but he is a serial and severe offender in this regard. Zlatan Ibrahimovic speaking here. LeBron is phenomenal at what he's doing, but I don't like it when people have some kind of status, they go and do politics at the same time, Ibrahimovic said. Do what you're good at. Do the category you do. I play football because I don't know the meaning of the word football. I play soccer. I don't actually tackle people. I play football because I'm the best at playing football. I don't do politics. If I would be a political politician, I could give this man a load of crap, but God knows his English is better than my Swedish, so we'll let it slide. If I would be a political politician, I would do politics. That is the first mistake people do when they become famous and they become in a certain status. Stay out of it. Just do what you do best because it doesn't look good. And the article goes on, James has been a force for social change, political action. It's basically 5 more paragraphs of just blowing LeBron. Such shameless shillery for LeBron that even the schmucks at ESPN didn't have the balls to actually put a name on this embarrassing load of crap. This was like a couple days ago. Then the next day, LeBron responded with one of the all-time funniest responses I have seen in my life, and not in like a witty zinger, funny retort kind of way. He responded in a far more unintentionally hilarious way. Los Angeles Lakers LeBron James to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. No way I'll ever stick to sports. This is why I hate him. I can't deal with this putz, this stat pattern finals choking, inbound pass into the back of the backboard, free throw bricking putz. We'll get to it. They actually put a name to this one, Dave McMenamin. Dave McMenamin. LeBron James dismissed Zlatan Ibrahimovic's criticism of his social activism and pointed out the hypocrisy of AC Milan star's comments on Friday. Ibrahimovic, whose playing time for his former team, the LA Galaxy, coincided with James' first season with the Lakers, criticized James on Thursday in an interview with UEFA for Discovery Plus in Sweden, saying it was a mistake and doesn't look good when James and other famous people get involved in politics. This is LeBron speaking here. Quote, he was the same guy who said when he was back in Sweden, something is omitted here in ellipses, is probably hearing this vacant stare dumbass try to speak, they probably just omitted a bunch of mumbling and stammering and, whatever. He was the same guy who said when he was back in Sweden, a mission of Babel, because his last name wasn't a certain last name, that he felt there was some racism going on when he was out on the pitch. Very eloquently said, you Buffy reject. Now, I need you to brace yourself for this upcoming sentence. I fell out of my chair laughing when I read this. Tears streaming down my face, so prepare yourself. LeBron James, the man who went straight from high school to the NBA, then says, quote, "I speak from a very educated mind." So I'm kind of the wrong guy to actually go at because I do my homework.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Delusion like this used to be grounds for an involuntary committal. This is a man who went straight from the NBA, or straight from high school to the NBA, never set foot in a college classroom, allegedly got an 840 on his SATs, a man I have seen throw an inbounds pass into the back of the backboard, a man who in like 15 years in the NBA still hasn't figured out how to make 3/4 of his free throws. This man is as dumb as tobacco chewer's spit and almost as ugly, and he's trying to call himself educated and that he does his homework. It actually gets better. See right here, LeBron James. I would never shut up about things that are wrong. This might explain why he never shuts up about himself, about how he's the GOAT, about how he has to make everything about himself, which we'll see even farther down in this article. He makes everything about himself. He never stops talking about himself because he never stops talking about things that are wrong. Allegedly. LeBron, where were you when China was invading and taking over Hong Kong? Where were you when they were trying to ethnically cleanse Muslims in eastern China? I didn't hear you talking about that, possibly because you had Xi Jinping's penis down your throat, you putz. He doesn't give a single yodeling shit about right or wrong. He gives a shit about what can be used to draw attention to himself. Whatever the trendy political issue is, he hops right on it. If it's Black Lives Matter, you see down where, let me see down here. Oh yeah, More Than a Vote organization. Voter suppression was a hot button, so he hopped right on that. He also tried to make himself the focus of the Black Lives Matter shit show last summer. And down here, Jesus Christ, the absolute delusion of this man. James went on to credit former WNBA player Renee Montgomery, who became a part owner of the Atlanta Dream on Friday after the league put pressure on former Senator Kelly Loeffler, a Republican who opposed WNBA players for racial justice initiatives last summer. I don't think she opposed them so much as she wanted them to stop making the WNBA games all about that garbage. And I would have been ranting about the WNBA and what they do, but I don't care. LeBron James takes credit for this. Quote, "You can just ask Renee Montgomery. If I would have shut up and just dribbled, what would have happened?" Probably the exact same thing that would have happened anyway. You didn't have anything to do with this, you schmuck. The WNBA players themselves were having a minor revolt over this because they are ass clowns. That was an entire Charlie Foxtrot. But, I don't really give a damn about what goes on in the WNBA, so I just kind of let it slide. But LeBron James is trying to take credit about this because he must make absolutely everything about himself. He is a relentless attention whore. Just shameless idiot. James said, later referring to the two-time WNBA champion as a beautiful black woman. The capital B again. I will ask once again for any black listener. Has that ended racism yet? Can ESPN stop doing this? Please? But why has she got to be a black woman, LeBron? Why are you defining her by the color of her skin? You racist. Why can't she just be a beautiful woman? Or, a former professional basketball player or whatever. We got to always focus on race with these people because that is how they get attention to themselves. Anyway, it's about time I wrap this up. Just one last little nugget from LeBron James, the highly educated high school C student who never set foot in a college classroom. Right here. As athletes, we've been hearing this for a long time, James said. You should feel privileged. You should be thankful to be able to dribble a ball or run a football or be able to do the 100-yard dash or be able to swing a baseball bat and things of that nature. You shouldn't be able to speak about anything else. LeBron, you daft twat. Nobody said that. Nobody. Nobody said you shouldn't be able to speak about anything else. Certainly not Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What he's just saying is that even though you are able, maybe you just shouldn't. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Although I wouldn't expect this quasi-literate fucking jackass right here to understand the difference. I'm going to leave it there. I just thought this was absolutely hilarious that LeBron James claimed to be highly educated, or what was the exact phrasing he did? Very educated mind. Very educated mind. It's still just, it brings a smile to my face to hear something that fucking stupid. Comment below if you disagree with me, if you think LeBron James actually has a clue about, well, anything. Subscribe if you want to hear more of my ranting. I'm sure I'll have a video for you very soon. Until next time, I'm the Red Man. Y'all take care.